Hello and welcome back to JGK Music. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a trap beat from scratch. I'm picking 140 for the BPM. I'm going to go into the piano roll right now. And I'm going to set a scale. If you don't know how to set a scale, you can go to View, go to Scale Highlights. You can pick from all of these that are down here. Normally for trap, sort of dark melodies, you want to pick like a minor scale for like a dark, moody trap sort of beat. So yeah, I'm going to pick minor and then I'm going to click back into it because it sometimes goes off for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm going to go back into it and then I'm going to pick G sharp minor. So you just want to start off with a melody. So once you've got a melody, just copy it over. You can change it later on. You don't have to keep it the same. So yeah, this is what I've got for now. So right there, you've got your melody. If you want to make it a little bit darker, you can put chords in. So just literally, once you've got your scale, all these like light grey that you can see, or it might be a different colour if you've got a different theme on, but anything that's light on here is what is in your key for the key that you set through the scale highlighting. So you're not really going to go out a key if that's your main worry. So once you've got that, if you want to change the way your root note is, so your root note's now D sharp. So if you want to change your root note, you can. I'm going to change it so it's a little bit darker on this first part. So I'm just going to change the velocity. So it gives it a little bit of a different variation of pattern that we've made. The bass notes, I'm just going to lower down a little bit. You press Alt in your scroll wheel, you can do it all together. So that's a melody so far. So I'm just going to follow the root note with this acoustic for a second. Make this sound a little bit more dark. Just changing the velocity. So this is like a counter melody sort of thing. So I'm going to put on a little bit of fruity distortion, fruity overdrive to make it a little bit more aggressive. A bit of delay on it. Not too much, because you don't want to overwhelm it. Now I'm going to turn it down a bit. A little bit of reverb. And then I'll always, because it's quite a high part of the EQ, so I'm going to low pass filter it. So I normally use low pass filter too. And then I just find the sweet spot of where I like it. So I like it there, but I'm going to turn it up a bit so you can hear it a bit. Also, if you've got FL Studio Flex, there's a little synth, like a mobile synth that I like using. So I'll just follow that melody. Gives it that like dark sort of atmosphere, but I always turn this down with the velocity. And then what I do is I put the same effects that were on the acoustic guitar. I just file, save mixer track, but don't save it, just press and hold it and then just drop it into your mixer track, and then that'll put it on there for you. So yeah, but I always feel like the delay overdoes it a bit, so I turn the delay down a bit to where I feel like it's comfortable for my ears. Also, there's a lot of reverb on that, so I'm going to take the reverb down a bit as well. And then you can also go in the filter and see where it sounds nice. I like it with a little bit of high end in there. So we're going to leave it like that for now. So basically you just want to get a drum kit now and put some drums to it. I'm just going to start with a clap. So I'm just going to put a clap on the third of every single bar. And I'm going to get a hi-hat. I like to always do this first, because if you don't really know what hi-hat pattern you want, you can just fill each 2 steps and that'll give you the classic like 2-step hi-hat. I'll put a kick in just to match the hi-hat and the clap. Right now that's really low, so I'm going to delete that and then put the clap back in. So I kind of hear the kick, and then a kick before the clap there, and then just repeat that. So right now we're getting at the hi-hats too much, so I'm going to turn them down a little. Just going to turn down the clap just a little, and the kick. I'm just going to get an 808. Always make sure you do this, so always make sure you cut itself, and then go into here, do the attack all the way down, keep the hold all the way up, decay down, sustain down, and that one down. Always tune your 808s, because there's been loads of beats that I've seen that don't have tuned 808s properly, and it's so annoying. So yeah, just grab your kick pattern that you've got, just press Control C, and then click there, and Control V, that'll give you your kick pattern. And then what you want to do is you want to just bring it down to where your bass is, basically where the lowest part of your track is. Put it on line with everything, so there it is there, and then put it up, press Alt L, and then listen. Basically, I hear more 808s in here, so I'm going to pop some more 808s in and see where I like them. I'll get back to you. So obviously with this now, you've got your 808s, but your kick's not kicking when you've put your new 808 pattern in. So you just want to Control C, go to your channel rack, and then go to your kick and Control V, not Control V, sorry, when you're on the actual piano roll for your kick. Put it in and just see where you're missing, and just put your kicks back in. And then get rid of the long notes, because you only want the short ones. So now your kick will happen when your 808 happens. What I like to do is take the kick out just before that slide. So I'm having a snare in there too, so I'm going to hire snare in as well. And then if you want, you can layer your snare with another you can layer your clap with another snare to give it that more impact. So I'm just going to split that by channel rack. Just going to put the piano in for a couple of bars, then bring everything in. Whoops, bring everything in. I'm just going to build it up a bit, make it so it's full, and it's like a proper beat, to be fair. Rendered the close ground as an audio clip. I'll do it again so I can show you. And then basically what I've done is I put it in, double clicked it, and I've pressed reverse, and I've just moved the end bit so it goes to there, put that there, and I've halved it to get this. And this is what it sounds like. And then you can also add the other variation of that bit. So that bit there, here, bring it so it comes in. So I'm just going to keep it like that for now. I'm going to take out that because I don't think they need to be there. So I feel like the knock's a little bit too loud, so I'm going to turn down the knock just so it's not there as much. I might get rid of it, to be fair. I don't know if I like it. I don't like it, so I'll get rid of the knock. And then I'm just going to take out the snare for a verse. And then for the verse, I'm just going to take out the hi-hats. Also, if you want, you could make this one unique and just go in and change your 808 up. Kind of like a break. So, same goes as when you done it earlier. Just go back to your kick channel. Make sure you go to your kick pattern. Paste it again. Actually, before you do that, don't do that. Before you do that, you want to go to your kick. Make that one unique. Put sugar. So you can bring them down a bit so they're out of the pattern, so you know that that's your verse. And then what you want to do is you want to just take out the kicks that don't go with it. So you just want to copy that over, take out your other one. And then to bring it back into that verse, to bring it back into the chorus again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same as what I did with the top here. I'm going to take out the last 2 bars. And then I'm going to bring in this little piano that I did earlier. Pop that in. And then that'll give it a little bit of a variation to go into your chorus again. And then you can just copy and paste that verse over to there. And then copy and paste your chorus, like the end part of your chorus, sorry. And then just make it go the same as what it did there. I'm gonna do create automation clip for the master here. And just put in a fade out at the end. So this is what it'll sound like. So for the actual grand piano, so I'm just going to take out the top end of it and also take out the lows. So yeah, that's your final beat. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also put down in the comments if you want me to make any more stuff like this.